Hello again. So today is what I like to call Brown Day. Why Brown Day? Because today the Microsoft Zune was released in all its brown behemoth glory. Now, being an Australian in Australia, I'm not going to get my hands on a Zune anytime soon, even to play with, because Microsoft's only saw fit to release it in the United States of America. That doesn't stop me from having an opinion about it though. What does stop me from having an opinion about anything? So, what have we heard so far about this chunky pocket weight? Well, as you may or may not be aware already, Microsoft did a deal with Universal Studios, but the deal that Microsoft did with Universal makes me a little bit angry. Why is this? Well, it's because the deal that Microsoft made with Universal means that every time they sell a Zune, Universal automatically gets a cut of that money. For doing what? For doing nothing. Nothing at all. The reason this deal has been struck is Universal said to Microsoft, well, you know, these portable media players, so many people out there are
just filling these things up with stolen music.
So we deserve some cash. Because we don't see any money from this stolen music. So instead we're going to extort it from you, the instant you buy a Zune. It treats every single Zune customer as a thief. If you went out today and got your hands on one of these shiny new brown Zunes, you're being treated like a thief already. Regardless of whether or not you're ripping your own CDs under the fair use, regardless of whether or not you're actually buying your tunes from one of the reputable places online to buy your songs from. So, Universal are getting money from every single Zune sold for doing nothing at all but accusing you of being a thief. Does that seem fair to you? On the other hand, if I wasn't in Australia and I went out and bought a Zune and I paid this little thief tax of Universal's, does that automatically grant me permission to use songs I download for free from whatever web service I choose, like BitTorrent or whatever? I don't know anything about that kind of service. I'm sure someone out there can tell me how these pirates are getting their music. But you see, if I've already paid to cover Universal's losses from stolen music, does that grant me the right to steal the music? Technically I've already paid for it because it's encompassed in the price of the Zune. This sets a real bad precedent, people. You should be very mad about this. Record companies are treating you like thieves even before you steal the music. Or buy the music. I've read a few reviews on the software that comes with the Zune. And I guess, as is the case with any version 1 product, particularly from Microsoft, it's balked. I was reading this one review where the Zune software, while they're trying to install it and get the thing running, crashed like a dozen times at various places. Here's another little doozy. Those of us out there running the release candidate of Vista under the public beta program, and I have checked it out, and I don't know whether I'm prepared to share my thoughts on Vista at this stage. Anyway, anyone who's running Vista, the Zune doesn't work with it yet. It's a Microsoft product and another Microsoft product being developed at the same time, and they don't work together. Now, after you've already been treated like a thief, they've got the Microsoft Zune Marketplace where you can actually buy your songs, just like the iPod store. You go to the iPod store, you register your credit card details, or you buy one of those prepaid cards, and bang, you can spend your dollars really easy. Buy the song, click, done. With the Zune Marketplace, not so easy. What a surprise! The industry talk for this kind of thing is barriers to entry. I like to call it the number of hoops you have to jump through just to use something. This is the way the Zune Marketplace works. When you install the software, you go through a little sign-up process. Then it asks you for your .NET passport. Then they ask you to create a Zune tag. So that's 3 separate pieces of sign-up stuff so far, and you're not even at the store yet. When you get to the store, you get the opportunity to register a credit card, but no, it's not that easy. When you register your credit card with iTunes, you just go click and you buy songs with normal dollars or whatever the currency is in your country. Not so with Microsoft. You then use those credit card details to buy Zune points. And these Zune points are then used to buy the songs on the service. This isn't designed to make anything easier for you. Another little hoop to jump through, but it gets better. Zune points don't equate to dollars. You can buy a song from the Zune Marketplace for 79 Zune points. When you go to click on the buy the song for 79 Zune points, you went, oh, that's pretty cool, 79. That's obviously cheaper than 99 US cents for an iPod song. Wrong! It only seems cheaper because they're playing with your mind by using this little point system. If you do the maths, it actually works out exactly the same. But it feels cheaper because it's 79 Zune points and you don't get any real sense of the dollar value unless you sit down and work out the conversion rate and do the math yourself. Mess with the customer's mind. Little bit of marketing dishonesty never hurt anybody. But wait, it gets better. You know that plays for sure digital rights management thing that Microsoft have been pushing behind for years and years and years? Doesn't work with your Zune. Microsoft product plays for sure. Microsoft product Zune. They just don't play nice together.
Microsoft!
What are you doing? You shit me. You shit me. You shit me. You shit me. You know all those reviews you've been reading about the Zune, and you can't really trust any of them because with every review pack that Microsoft sent out, before the reviewer got the Zune to review, they had to sign a little contract. And part of the contract states that you may utilize and study the design, performance and operation of the Zune review kit solely for the purposes of creating reviews. This permission is for you and you only. You may not share these items with any third parties. Seems fair enough until you realize that what that means is any reviewer who got themselves a Zune isn't allowed to show it to anybody else. So they can't show it to their partner, they can't show it to their kids and get opinions from other people who aren't professional technology reviewers. They can't get the normal person's opinion of the Zune to review.
Microsoft!
So let's recap, shall we? Zune, pain in the arse when it comes to compatibility, whether it be with songs you've purchased previously, whether or not it was under the Microsoft pushed plays for sure DRM. No, they're not going to work on this Microsoft product. They don't play for sure at all. In fact, they don't play at all. You've got to jump through just a ridiculous amount of hoops just to be able to buy a song from their Marketplace thing. And even then, they've got some little mind games for you to play with. It doesn't work within your operating system yet. Oh, that one made me laugh. The software that comes with it is buggy and it crashes. And you can't really trust any of the reviews out there, but that really doesn't matter anymore because the Zune's out now in normal people's hands. So in the next couple of days, you're going to be getting some real opinions from real people about what this device is all about. Oh, I almost forgot the Wi-Fi sharing thing. Brilliant, you say. I can share my songs with Wi-Fi. Oh, okay, but yeah, when you, like, what they call it, squirt. Really, squirt? Why not just call it Zuned? It makes more sense. Hang on a sec. How are we going to find other Zune people? Are you going to go around asking random people on the street or the subway or at the bus stop, hey, have you got a Zune? Would you like to share music? Hold up your Zune in the middle of a coffee shop.
Zune here, my Wi-Fi's on. Who wants to share some music?
When you share a song with someone, they can only play it 3 times or 3 days, whichever comes first. Which is fair enough, because, you know, you've got to protect the rights of the recording artists. I mean, the recording companies, because you can be damn sure the artists don't see nearly as much money out of all this. But all this is to protect the artist.
Yeah, right.
You can share background images and pictures and things through the Wi-Fi service as well. But you know what? They aren't protected. So the implication is that music, you have to protect the music because there's big, massive multinational corporations with billions of dollars to sue the hell out of you if you try and steal their music. But if you're an artist that works in a different medium like, say, drawing or painting, photographer or anything like that, your rights don't mean dick because you're not supported by a company like, Universal. Screw you.
How easy is it going to be when you can just sync your playlist from your Zune and your computer wirelessly? Hang on a sec, you can't do that. Oh, but that's okay, because it's going to be really, really awesome to be able to, go anywhere where there's a Wi-Fi hotspot and actually buy your songs wirelessly across just using the Zune itself. Oh, wait, you can't do that either. Bum-bum.
Yeah. They kind of needlessly crippled the Wi-Fi features on the Zune. It's next to useless for most people. This ugly bastard of a device. If someone's in America and I have to have a spare Zune they want to send my way so I can review it properly, just drop me a line, I'll let you know exactly where you can send the ugly brown bastard.
Zune.
Really, who came up with that name anyway? Zune. I guess it doesn't make any more sense than iPod. Catch you next time.